Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create a Craigslist post using your WolfNet IDX with a link and photos in it that will link back to your eAgentC website. So in order to do this, you want to start by opening up a browser window. I use Firefox, but you can use whatever browser you normally use. And you're going to go to Craigslist.org. And once you're there, you're going to need to choose the city and the state for which you want to post to. So I'm choosing Fort Myers in Florida. And we're going to click on Post to Classifieds, and then Housing Offered, Real Estate by Broker. And we have several counties in the Fort Myers area, so I'm going to choose Collier County to post to, but you would choose whatever county you wanted to post to in your area. Okay, and here's where we're going to enter all of the information that will be contained in our post. When we're done creating the post, it's going to look something like this one that we've already created. So, in order to add that information, first what we want to do is go to your eAgentC website. So I'm going to open up a separate tab or another window, whichever you prefer, and we're going to go to your eAgentC site. This is our eAgentC site. You don't want to go to this one, you want to go to your own. And go to search, however you search usually. Okay, so now you're in your WolfNet IDX search, and up at the top you can search by listing number. So if you just put in the listing number of the listing that you want to promote on Craigslist and click go. Okay, so we're going to do something for this listing. So the first thing we want to do is let's go back to Craigslist and let's put in a title. You want to do something catchy. Okay, you want to choose a specific location. So this listing we're doing for Naples. And now you have to add a posting description. So the easiest way to do this is just to go back to your eAgentC website and highlight all of the remarks, right click, and copy. So my computer is all set in German, so don't look at what it says. Just highlight and copy. And go back over to Craigslist. You're going to right click and you're going to click on paste. Okay, you can add more information here if you want to, or you can change things. What we're going to do is we're going to say something like click on the link for more information. Okay, and now we need to create a link. So the way you're going to do this is go back to our website, realestateofficepros.com, and you need this line of code right here. So we're going to highlight it all, then right click copy, go back over to Craigslist, right click and paste. Okay, so this looks a little funny here, but actually when it's finished it's going to just look like a website address. So this is for a listing that Gary has already done, which is this listing. But we don't want to create the same listing again, so we're going to need to change the information. So right now we're working right here on this little line. So in order to change this information, what we need to do is go back over to your eAgentC website, and we're going to find the address for this listing. And that you can find right up here in the address bar. So all you want to do is highlight everything, right click, copy, and we're going to go back over to Craigslist. Now, what we want to replace is this part in the code that starts with HTTP and ends with these numbers. And the numbers are actually the listing ID. So you're just going to highlight, right click, and then we're going to paste, and that will replace what we used to have with this new address that we just copied off of our eAgentC website. So we're going to have to do that 2 times. This is for the first line, but the second line starts again with HTTP and goes through that listing ID. So highlight, right click, and paste. Okay, so that link is finished. So let's just skip a line. And it's going to look funny here, but it'll look right once we post it. Okay, the second thing we want to do is we want to create a picture like we have here, and the picture is actually going to be a clickable link that goes directly back to our eAgentC website. So we need the second set of code right here. So we're going to highlight everything, copy it, and we're going to paste it back over here in Craigslist. Okay, so this first line starting with HTTP and going through the number is what we had, the same thing that we had in this last little line of code that we replaced. So all we want to do is go back over and in our eAgentC grab this address again, highlight it, right click, copy, and then we're going to replace that first part. So paste. Okay, so now this looks the same as the first line of code. The second part we want to do is choose a picture. So starting right here with the HTTP and going all the way through .jpg. So we're going to replace that part with the address of the image that we want to use on Craigslist. So we go back over to eAgentC, and let's say we don't really want to use this picture for our post, so let's find a different picture that we like better to advertise. I think maybe this one is nice. So in order to find the address of this picture, what you're going to do is right click, and mine's in German again, but if you're using Firefox it should say View Image Info, should be a choice. If you're using Internet Explorer it should say Properties. And once you click on that, it's actually going to open up a little window like this, and one of them should say Address. Okay? So in the address, you're going to highlight that, right click, copy. Okay, you can close this box. Go back over to Craigslist, and we're replacing what I told you from HTTP through JPG with what we just grabbed. So so paste. Okay. So then what we want to do is add some more information to the bottom of this. For example, you could add something like click on photo, because there will be a photo, to see more photos. You can write whatever you want. And then you may just want to write a little bit of information, contact information for yourself. For example, you can write listing courtesy of Keller Williams Naples, and then you can put contact. And if you want to put in your email address or your phone number or something like that, you can. If you prefer to keep that a secret because it's Craigslist, you can also do that. You are going to need to enter your email address. And this will be the one that they're going to reply to, any replies that you get on your posting. If you want to use Craigslist Mail Relay, that just will relay every email through Craigslist so that it won't show your actual email address publicly, so you won't get spammed. But you can also use your real email address if you want to, or click on no replies if you put your phone number, for example. So then you want to add some information. You're going to fill out the price, bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. You can get all of that information back here if you have forgotten. Okay, so once you put in all your information, if you want to show it on the maps, you can click that and add the street. It'll put in a little Google map. You probably don't want to click on that because you don't want people to contact you for other reasons. And then we're going to click continue. And in this part you can add your images. Now we've already put a link back to our site which has all of the extra images, the additional images, so we don't really need to add images if you don't want to. And actually you'd probably rather them come back to your site and start looking at it there as opposed to staying on Craigslist and looking. So we can just click on done with images. And here we go. So this is what our post is going to look like. You can see now we have the link and it looks normal. And we also have the picture, and the picture is a link in itself back to your website. So once you're done, all you would do is click publish, and then you should be ready to go.